Alright, what is going on, guys? In this video we're basically going to talk about gaming habits and growing up. And now I know that probably doesn't sound that interesting, but stick in there. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot from this video. Hopefully. Okay, so gaming habits. You know, as gamers, we love to play video games. We love to talk about video games. We love to explore video games. As a teenager, you have so much time. I think back to when I was like 13, 14, 15, you know, I had all the time in the world. But there was one problem. I had no money. You know, it's crazy because I had all the time in the world, but I did not have the money to seriously invest in video games. Anytime I needed anything, I had to ask one of my parents, and it never really was easy. Your parents have bills they gotta pay. They have to worry about the water bill. They have to worry about the electricity. They have to worry about, you know, lights, whatever. And sometimes, you know, with video games being kind of expensive these days, they kind of take a back seat. So when you go out and you buy, you know, the newest Call of Duty game or the newest Hitman game or whatever's out, you know, it's gonna be around $60. It's a pretty penny on your, you know, on your wallet, especially if you have bills to pay. And parents these days, they have a lot more going on than just a video game. You know, you can kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. The struggle can be real sometimes. And like I was saying before, you know, as teenagers, we have so much time. And then when you grow up, you know, your habits kind of change. Your gaming habits really change. And I feel that once you get a job and you're out in the real world, you know, you're going to college, and then from college you go to work, and then from work you go home and go straight to sleep and repeat the process every day. You can imagine it gets very boring. We had all the time in the world, and as adults it kind of makes me really sit back, and it makes me realize how good I had it. Now, one thing that I was always told growing up is that I should never rush growing up. I should always enjoy being a kid and all that. And to be perfectly honest with you, I did for the most part, but I prefer being an adult, and the main reason is I make my own rules. I lead my own life. I don't really have anyone who can ground me. I mean, I think being grounded is like the most shittiest thing in the world. You just get all your shit taken away from you. I don't want that, you know. I don't want to be under somebody's radar. I don't want to be under a dictator, if you will. That's not saying that's what parents are, but that's kind of how it feels after a while. You get a curfew, you get all this and that, when you have to be home, when you have to be off the phone, all that kind of craziness. And as an adult, I don't have those things. I mean, I basically do whatever I want. I think where it really hits home is just everyday life stuff. You know, like I said, going to school, going to work, paying bills, you know, all this stuff. And it's so tiring. Coming up, it was a little bit difficult because you didn't have a job, okay, but you had all the time in the world to play video games. But the problem is that you just couldn't buy any because you didn't have a job. You had no money. As adults, we have the money for the games, but we don't have the time. And it really makes you sit back and value every bit of time that you have, because again, you're spending time on work, you're spending time on you know, school, spending time on your girlfriend or boyfriend, you're spending time on, you know, people that you have, so you don't end up like a lonely old person with nobody to turn to or nobody that loves you. Life can be very demanding, and I wanted to make this video to basically tell you guys that respect your parents. Okay? Respect your parents, and, you know, make sure that you're living it up as a teenager or as a young adult. Enjoy these moments, because these are going to be some of the best moments of your life. Do not waste them. I mean, and you know, if your idea of living it up is staying at home and playing video games or going outside with friends, whatever, do what you want to do. Don't feel pressured into doing things because somebody over here says you should be doing that, or some person way over there tells you should be doing this. Do what you want to do because you enjoy doing it, okay? Whatever it may be, just make the most of your time doing what you love. Do not be ashamed of what you do, because if you let people's opinions get to you, it will really fuck you up. It will. And at the end of the day, they're not you. They don't live your life. You don't wake up to see them every single day. So just live your own life and take advantage of the time you have now, because as an adult, I promise you, once you step foot in the real world, it's going to be real different. You know, you're not going to have at least 40-50 hours, you know, just to waste on a video, or not, I wouldn't call it wasting, but to spend on a video game. That's truly the best thing I can tell you, is to just make use of the time that you have now. Once you become an adult, everything will change. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, you know, I'll have a job. When I get off work, I can play video games. That's not really how you're gonna feel. I promise you that. When you get off work, the very first thing you're gonna think about, the very first thing is gonna be hitting the shower and hitting the bed. Okay, it's gonna be one of those two things. After a while, work is going to become very, very tiring to you. Trust me, I know it can be demanding sometimes. You know, that's just the best advice I can give right now, is to listen to your parents, because trust me, they're smart as hell. 2, make use of the time you have now. And 3, do what you love. Okay, do what you love. Make sure you're happy, and that's all that matters. Because I promise you, once the real world kicks in, it's gonna come in hot, and there is no stopping it. There is no stopping it at all. I don't mean to scare you when I say this. I'm just being blunt, and I'm being honest. When the world's going, it goes. It does not stop for anybody. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. And you have to be ready for it. You have to. In some cases, there's really no way you can be ready for what you don't know is about to happen. But all you can do is try to stay one step ahead. That's all you can do. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you can take some tips away from this, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a great day.